I would like to invite Dame Shiרלי פורטר to congratulate us.
I'm faced with a battery of IT here, but I'm going to put it on the top. Welcome to you all. I usually speak spontaneously, as some of you may know, but I took this event really very seriously. I feel this is a turning point, and I don't want to leave anybody out, because basically most of what I'm going to say is going to consist of history. Yes, we're going to take a little walk down memory lane and see what we've been doing here at the beginning. And then it's about thanks. There are lots of people to thank. And I know it's extremely boring when people sit there and listen to thanks, but it's not so boring for the ones that actually get the thanks. So I think we all have to sit through it and realize that it's said in the correct spirit. I have written this, and I can't make my mind up whether I should or should not read it, so I could almost take a vote. I come from the political world, so the question is, I might put it to you, should I or should I not read it? Well, I've taken the decision. Well, right. This is like Brexit, you see. Nobody knew what on earth was going on, and but it was passed. So, it is a landmark today for environmental studies at Tel Aviv University, and may I add, beyond. It is, and I'm by now not sure, but I think it was the president who said that this is something very special, very different. It's not, I will say, it's not just little Israel. It's all the way out, it's international. We have the brains, but do we somehow, when it comes to putting Israel out there, getting people to really understand how you can do amazing things, that we're not quite so good at. So I believe and hope that this school will do just that. The world is in really a very bad state. We've heard from the rector the condition of the world and the lack of water, and every day we read about it and we come to accept it. And I think that's the dangerous point which we are at. I was going to mention that, and the President has told you, that our connection, the family connection, started in the 1960s with my parents, Sir John and Lady Sarah Cohen, continued with my late husband, Leslie, who was the Chancellor. It was a post that seemed to, when he died, it also died. I'm never quite sure why, but anyway, I'd hope he was good at it. I think he was. I look forward to seeing my grandchildren, and hopefully even my great-grandchildren, continuing this tradition which has spanned over 50 years. We are a very close family, and when we make up our minds to do something, we work together, and even we may have disagreements along the line, but we always come together and we hope for the best. Now I have a problem. Okay, I'm here to say it's a great occasion and significant cause for academic celebration. I sense also that there is really a sense of relief. Everybody is relieved. We've been going on it rather a long time, and it's a bit like a wedding, you know, when the two sides, in this case 3 sides, have got to meet. There are those who don't agree, do agree, everybody shouting, screaming, whatever. But here we are, we have come together. And the sometimes rocky path to this day and the resistance on both sides that the project encountered might have some people, and in fact I think somebody has, described the convergence of PSES and 9 quite different TAU faculties as a forced marriage. I, however, prefer to see it as an arranged marriage, as arranged marriages are generally long-lasting and wonderfully productive despite their uncertain beginnings. Our coming together was not without problems, and the rector has already, I should have known you would, taken the one comment that I was going to make. I was looking up Albert Einstein, and what did I come up with? The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. So it shows you we do have similar ways of thinking here. And this has been done successfully by great teamwork And first I would like to thank the President, Jussi Klafter, for his commitment to the field of environment. It's long-standing from the first days of his presidency. And I hope, this is the reason that I actually wrote the speech rather than just said it, that TAU will allocate the resources necessary for the success of this new PSEES and its centres. My thanks also to you, Professor Yaron Aroz, for starting the process of recruiting 9 new excellent faculty for the new school. We hope that this will be an accelerated process, and we know, especially coming from you, that the main criterion will always be excellence. I'd like to thank our new Director General, Gadi Frank, for his goodwill and attentions to find solutions for much needed lab space for the new faculty members and support for personnel. I'd also like to thank Motti Cohen, the previous Director General, who stood by us through construction of this very, very complicated and pioneering landmark that we now sit in. This, originally, we just kept digging down. We never got low enough to start building. And finally, we had an auditorium, which I think is very fitting because it's recycled. It was a landfill. So we appreciate the cooperation of the Dean of the Exact Sciences faculty, Professor Michael Krivlevich, in the course of merging these two schools. I have my problem actually speaking your language, as you could hear, but I just about managed it. But I certainly couldn't have made this speech in Hebrew. And the two professors have taken leadership roles in the complex merger. Professor Colin Price and Professor Shmulik Marko, who will be heading the new PSEES. Professor Yoel Raffaelli is chairing the International Steering Committee for the Porter School, and he has lent his vast knowledge and experience towards making this merger possible. I would like to express a special thanks to the previous heads of the Porter School, Zev, Hagit, Hudi, Pinchas, and Danny, and to architect Dr. Ariel Nesher, the professional director of the Porter School, who has been with it, as it were, from the beginning, and I thank him for his sterling work, expertise, commitment, and dedication. And finally, a warm thank you to all of you who make this happen every day, to the students, researchers, teachers, and management and administrative staff. Without the collaboration amongst all of you, this school would not be possible. If I had meant to show you a little bit of the past, so if you would bear with me, it's there, it's on the screen, and thank you very much.